Very good. Okay. What is a cloud computing? Cloud computing, it's a delivery of computing service over the internet. What is the computing service means? Like a different things like a servers, storage, databases, network, softwares, analytics, intelligence, like a different types of things we can access through the cloud computing. So if we are going in a depth of this, then we actually have to tell one story. Okay. The story is like this. Okay. Actually, we don't have a time for your batch. Always, lack of time being. So then I just cut shorting everything. But really, to understand cloud computing is, so we'll better to start the story, guys. Nowadays, a lot of organizations, IT organizations are in the market, right? Different kind of services we are getting, right? Example, like you have a book my show is there, maybe make metric, or maybe Zomato, Swiggy, Flipkart, Amazon, Blinkit. So different type of web related service through internet we can able to get all this kind of. So yesterday I want to buy some household things. So went to simple Swiggy Instamart because I want to get immediately. So milk curd and some bread kind of stuff, right? So I've opened an application, right? So it's Swiggy and then choose Instamart, choose the products, pay the amount. That's it. But actually what happens at Swiggy side, okay? So they require to maintain the servers, like web servers, application servers, database servers, storage, like you have a different types of storages, right? Database related storages, okay, application related storages, okay. And we need a connectivity between the servers, like we have to use fiber optical connectivity or Ethernet type of connectivities, switches, fiber optical switches, Ethernet switches, routers, modems, firewalls for protecting from external kind of stuff. People who are working internally, so they for their connectivity, people who are working, who are interacting with these servers, they need a network connectivities and they need a authentication server, Active Directory type of authentication server for their user authentications service access purpose. Okay. And the people who are working from home, so then I have to provide a VPN type of connectivities. So this is our infrastructure. Okay. And you require a public IP addresses. So then from the internet, people can able to access your network. Okay. Your applications can be accessed through the public, means you should connect it to internet. So then the users access you through the public, through the internet. Okay. So guys, you need a server. Server means you have to purchase the related hardware. Then you have to install the required operating system. Then you have to install the applications on it, right? And if server is failed, then you need a backup server for that one. Okay. So what is the point? Here it is. You have to maintain this infrastructure. You have to purchase the infrastructure, right? Means the servers, operating systems, licenses. Okay. Authentication server, Active Directory, domain controller it is. Storage, like SAN storage or NAS storages, centralized storages kind of stuff. Switches, routers, firewall, VPN servers for remote connectivities. Okay. So this part compulsory you have to maintain. Okay. And public IP addresses, you have to purchase it. And this is like you have to invest money to buy all this kind of things, like, right? So that is what we call it as a capital expenditure. You guys understand what is capital expenditure? You have to purchase the hardware, operating system licenses. Okay. So this is you are purchasing. It means it's a capital expenditure. Understand what is capital expenditure? Okay. Okay. So you have to provide a power supply to run this infrastructure. You need a power supply to run this infrastructure. And if power supply fail, you need a backup power supply like UPS, generators, required a UPS, generators, kind of stuff, right? You have to maintain the temperature. So you have to require some AC kind of stuff, air coolers, sorry, air conditioners, humidity monitors. Okay, you have to maintain. Next, to maintain this servers, we need a server engineers, network engineers, backup engineers, storage administrators, database administrators. All these people are required to manage this. Okay, system administrators, security engineers. Okay, network security engineers are required. And you have to make, you should not allow unauthorized person to access your data center. It means you have to provide physical security. So you have to, capital expenditure is one-time investment, like a upfront cost. Upfront cost. But you have to maintain all these things, like a installation of servers, managing network, connectivities, right? Storages, backups, okay, user authentications. These are all you have to maintain every month. Power supply, backup power supply, physical security, network security. These are all you have to maintain. That maintenance cost will be there for every month that you have to pay. That is called a operational expenditure. Operational expenditure. Understand? No response from you. I don't know. Again, you got any message or what? Nothing, no, no discussion. Nothing. So why you are not responding again, guys? So I'm already exhausted here. Can you able to hear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Then why can't you respond, guys? Like same thing you are doing from the start of the class.
We understood, sir.
Then tell I understand, or you have got a doubt or anything, please, guys. If you are think like it is a YouTube type of thing, I have a lot of records related to these topics. I can share it. You can easily browse it from my channel, or maybe there's a lot of information is there. Why it is live classes? So then it is two-way interaction. So then you can easily understand. Otherwise, you will get a even it is a very small thing, you will get a doubt. So what is RAM and hard disk? Sorry, you didn't tell me that kind of stuff things will happen. Okay, please interact. Please understand. Please try to speak. Okay. The point is, yeah, capital expenditure and operational expenditure. Already established companies are there. For example, Wipro, or maybe Cognizant, HCL, okay, TCS, Tech Mahindra. So established company already they have a lot organizations having their own data centers, whatever their project, so they deploy into their servers so they can provide a service to the people. For example, I'm a small organization or medium organization size it is. I want to deploy my application. I want to run. I require this infrastructure. So what I have to do? I can't spend because I have to invest the money. So that is huge for my organization. So I cannot do this capital expense. I cannot buy all these things. And right. So what I will do, I'll go for renting this data center from other organizations. For example, Control S is one of the organization like that. Different organization provide that infrastructure. So I can able to connect their infrastructure. I deploy my applications and services there. So people access from there. So I no need to buy any infrastructure. But there is a difficulty, like a scaling difficulty. So I purchased four servers, but really I'm using only three servers. I rented a four servers. I am using only three servers, but I have to pay for four servers. I have four servers now. I require six servers. Scale is required. Again, there I have to apply for reconfiguration. Again, they have to connect another servers. Again, it is headache. Okay, initially you have to put setup in there also. It's also little difficult, but renting is easy. Solution for this and is cloud computing. What is the cloud computing purpose is we are simply we can run our servers, storages, databases, networking thing, softwares, anything like we can able to get it from the cloud service providers. It is a pay as you go model. It means if you are using only three servers right now, so then three services you are using, you are paying for that one only. You are not paying for the what you are not used. Okay. If you are using, you have to pay. If you are not using, not required to pay. And it is a scalable scale as your business changes. It means the more requirement. Initially, I started a business, but it is very less customers. Less users are there to access my application. Now the users are increased. Think like this Swiggy. So Swiggy only for good food delivery that time. Now it is Instamart is there. Okay. So like different goods are able to deliver. Different stores are increased. So what happened? The business scale is increased. So then I required more computational power. So more power is required. So then I can able to scale it. And one more is like this. You can go for like a Amazon, Flipkart. Flash sales are happen. More requirement, more people will access it. So what happened? So the more servers I have to deploy to handle the traffic. In a on premises or physically, if I deploy, it's difficult for me to add more servers when demand is increased. When demand is lesser, so I have to remove the servers. But in a cloud, it is very easy to scale up and scale down your infrastructure. Okay. So you can run your infrastructure more efficient way, lower your operational cost. Okay. Simply log into the cloud service providers, okay, with your account and create your infrastructure there and start building it and start using it. So this is what cloud it is. While your what are the services you are using? So that there it is. Those services only you are applying. Okay, you are paying. And cloud also having some advantages, and also we can say this is a not only advantages, the main properties of cloud. High availability. What is high availability? If one of the server is down, then other server will provide a services. If this web server is down, people not able to access. Server is down, service will be down. But in a high availability, even the one of the server is down, other server will provide a services for you. Means even server is down, service will be available. That is one, we can say it is high availability. The next one is scalability. What is the scalability? So if this server capacity is not enough to do the task, okay, handle the traffic, I can increase the server capacity. I can increase the server capacity. That is vertical scalable. Another one is horizontal scalability. It means I will deploy multiple servers and load balance between the server. Okay, load balance between the server means, so I have a one server and the traffic increases, the server is already 80% reached. So what I do, I put four servers and distribute the traffic along with the four servers. So each server get a 20% load only. Now it is another 20% increases, it distributed with these servers. So you guys ask in morning, that is distributed operating system, distributed application. This is a distribution of load in between these machines. So what it will happen? Load on each individual servers is reduces. Now load decreases. The traffic is reduces to the 30%. The total traffic is 30%. Now I don't require additional servers, so I can scale down also. So I can scale up and I can scale down as per the traffic and load balance in between them. Okay, so that is called a auto load balancing, scalability, elasticity. What is elasticity? So when load increases, automatically it scale, auto scale. It scale your infrastructure requirement. Load decreases, it scale down. Scale up and scale down depends upon the load and load balance in between those. That is called a elasticity. Just like your balloon or maybe elastic band. If you stretch more, increases. You leave it, it comes to the normal size. Like that, that is elasticity. Agility. Agility. What is agility? Your business requirements keep changes. Business requirements keep changes. So you require a different infrastructure, different application support is required, different places you have to deploy, or maybe change of something is there. It is adaptable to that one. Any business requirement changes, we can easily adapt. That is one of the property, agility. And another one is, guys, for example, I am in Hyderabad. I created this infrastructure in Hyderabad location. But my customer base is also there in Chennai or maybe in Mumbai, maybe in Delhi or maybe in New York or maybe New Jersey or maybe Melbourne or maybe Sydney or maybe another customer base in Malaysia. Okay, another customer base in Singapore. So if I put it in only in Hyderabad, so for those people who are distributed in different places, so it's difficult to access, right? So a lot of lag is created. The distance increases, the lag of loading application is also increases. So what I will do? So what I have to do? So I have to go to different locations and build their data centers and deploy my application in that locations also. Like using WAN connectivity, I have to connect all these things. New York, I have to go to New York and build one data center and distribute that applications. Physically, it is difficult for a normal organizations. Well, already established thing that is will happen easily. Okay. But cloud itself, the cloud service providers, like think like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, what they will do? Already their data centers are across the world. In India itself, we have a two, three data centers for each. Like Azure having a two data center, AWS having a three data centers in our India itself. Across the world, there is a lot of data centers. Okay, so that is what we call it as the regions. Okay, so you can easily place your applications in across the global different regions. You can able to deploy your applications based on your customer base. Okay. Next one is disaster recovery. What is a disaster recovery? So guys, if in case I put I think most of you know these places. Like I'm in Hyderabad and there is a Vishakhapatnam, one of the cities. There industry kind of stuff more compared to IT. Why not IT there? Because it's near to the ocean. And already there is a two things happen. Like one is tsunamis happen in so many years back. Then Hudud Tufan is happened. Okay. And there's some other Tufan is also happened. That is small one, but Hudud is bigger. Tsunami is also very bigger one. So there is a natural climatic problems were there. Okay. And man-made kind of stuff like bombing, or maybe those kind of stuff. Okay, natural like earthquakes, tsunamis. These are a natural disaster. Um, Man-made like terrorist organizations, power outages, huge power outages, kind of stuff. Okay, or those things like terrorist activities. So those places is not suitable to place a data center. Okay. So, but in case we cannot guess, right? So, for example, certain places we don't know. There is a data center, we don't know what will happen. In a physically, your data center can be damaged. So, we can place our application in a different geographical location in case your main data center is down, other data center contains your application. So, then we can able to access it. And there is another story you know already, that is our Cyber City IBM data center. So because IBM verified this entire globally, so they selected certain places who is having more good with that countries. Okay, so where lesser or no terrorist activities, lesser to the tsunamis or earthquakes, they selected Hyderabad as a main center, so they place a data center. Later, other organizations like Microsoft and all are like to come to Hyderabad because of it is a safe place and more vacant land is available. So then they want to put their data center. Okay, of course, the government is also agreed a special grid power supply for these data centers also. Okay, so this is like a disaster recovery, means place your applications in different geographical distributed locations. So then if any data center there it is having any physical data center damages occurs, so other data centers having your application. So your data and your application is safe. These are the main properties or advantages of cloud computing. Understand, guys? High availability, scalability, elasticity, agility, geo-distribution, and disaster recovery. Hmm? Okay. And there is a three cloud models are there: private cloud, public cloud, and hybrid cloud. What is a public cloud? Public cloud is any individual user or organization can able to access the cloud resources like a server storages, like that they can able to access over the public internet. For example, AWS, Azure, GCP, OCI. So you want AWS, for example, go to AWS site, okay, and give your user account password. So create your user account password, verify with your credit card, and start using it. So you can start using your credentials. Sorry, you can start creating your virtual machines, database related, the services provided by AWS, you can start using. Okay, so that is public cloud. Multi-tenant. Multi-tenant means the AWS is maintaining the data centers. Okay, and the interfaces, everything is maintained by the security servers. They purchase the servers with the capital expenditure. Operational expenditure is also by the AWS only. Only thing is you are doing is simply connect and start using it. That is a public cloud services. What is a private? Private is for their organization. For example, my organization want to build a cloud for my organization purpose only to run our applications. Okay, for only organization for our purpose only. So this is called a private cloud or on-premises data centers. Okay, on-premises data centers. Also called as private cloud. What is the private cloud? It's a single tenant. So a business or an organization create a private cloud for their organization purpose only. What is a hybrid cloud? What is a hybrid cloud? Hybrid cloud is a combination of private cloud and public cloud. For example, I am using a private cloud, but I have some project that is my application has to be run. So then my infrastructure is right now not enough. So I need additional resources. Then I will go to the public cloud. So I will connect my private cloud to public cloud and run my applications. And I will control so where to run this application, security and compliances by the private cloud organization only. Okay. Understand guys, cloud models are cloud deployments. Cloud models are cloud deployments are three mainly: public, private and hybrid. Okay. One more is there that is called community cloud. That's community cloud means two organizations, two or more organizations working on a single project. That is a community cloud like IRCTC, TCC. IRCTC website is for railway related, but maintained by TCS. So that's a small example for a community cloud. Guys, understand cloud models?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Okay, so there is a comparison. Public cloud, no capital expenditure to scale up. Applications can be quickly provisioned and deprovisioned. Organization only pay for what they use it. I am using AWS. What are the resources I am using it? I will pay for that one only. So no need to buy any infrastructure there, and no need to maintain that air coolers or maybe air controllers, power supplies. Everything will be maintained by the cloud service provider only. The only thing is I have to use the resources and I'm paying for that resources only. Next one is private cloud. Private cloud is on premises. So the organization has to purchase the hardware, means capital expenditure is there, and they have to maintain, means operational expenditure is also there. But it gives overall control of the data center. Overall control to the organization has full control over their private cloud, like a resources and security, they have the control. Okay, and they are responsible for maintenance also. Capital expenditure, operational expenditure is there, but overall control. Like for example, bankings. The bank is required that their data centers, their operations, their applications, securities should be controlled by the bank organization only, not by any other. Okay, not in the public. So whatever will do it, so they will create this on-premises data center for them, private cloud. Where to run their application in their private or in their public, or they can also control the security compliance and legal requirements. Okay. Okay. So guys, yeah, the next one is cloud service models. What are the cloud service models? Cloud service models are three types. Again, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. What is infrastructure as a service? Okay, from the cloud service provider. So you want to run your application. So what you have to do? So create the on their physical servers, you have to create a virtual machine, install the required operating system, install your application, configure the network, and start utilizing your application. So it is you are taking direct their compute environment and build your own infrastructure on it. Okay. So underlying hardware, underlying applications network will maintained by cloud service provider only. Platform as a service. You know, um, some people, there is a software developers don't mind about what is that hardware of a computer or a server to run their applications or develop their applications or test their applications. What they wanted, they required the setup, right? For example, I want to run WordPress application. This WordPress application to install and run, so I need a machine with a certain CPU RAM capacities, then storage, then I required a PHP, MySQL, and Linux based operating system is required, and HTTP is also required. Okay, then I have to install this WordPress application, then I can able to develop my website in it. So I am not aware of this, how much CPU is required, storage is required. I am not worrying about it. So simply what I required, that applications, then I select it and I get ready to start hosting my environment. That is platform as a service. Example, Elastic Beanstalk, database services, Azure app services. These are all platform as a service. Next one is software as a service. What is software as a service? Here it is. I want an application and I will configure for my organization and start using it. So it's a Google Docs. Google Docs is the best example for a software as a service. I didn't install my document application in my system, just log in and start using that one. Daily I'm taking attendance in Excel, right? And where is this Excel? It's in the browser. See, it is. And running this application on my browser is a software as a service. Okay. So directly use an application. So what is the underlying requirements like a hardware, network, application installation? These are all you don't worry. Simply access the application. Okay. These are the software as a service. So what are the cloud service models? Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Understand, guys?
Yes, sir.
So here it is, we'll give a comparison chart. Like if you are maintaining your on-premises or a private cloud kind of stuff, your organization has to maintain the storage, network, compute, virtual machines, operating system running it, runtime environments, okay, application and data access. All these things will maintained by the on-premises data set. In the infrastructure as a service, organization maintain means the service provider maintain storage is underlying network connectivities, the compute environment, physical servers, they will maintain. So you have to create your virtual machine, install operating system, create a runtime environment, install your applications or develop your application on it, and create an access for it. This is your maintenance. Platform as a service. Even you don't worry about the virtual machine, what is underlying hardware, virtual machines, operating system. Simply taking that environment, okay, on the environment, what application you want to deploy your application and start using it, start accessing it. Software as a service. You don't deploy even an application. Already application is there, and that application, their runtime environment, operating system, all the network computing, everything maintained by the so service provider. The only thing is you have to connect, access it. That's it, differences. There's few more points here, guys. Different cloud service providers. Amazon is an organization providing AWS, Amazon Web Services, as a cloud service provider. Microsoft Azure, Google GCP, Oracle OCI, IBM Cloud, Ocean Digital is there, Rackspace is there. There's so many cloud service providers are there. But outside there is a more highlighted one is these are the things. Okay. Of course, now Azure is much growing as compared to AWS. And of course, AWS has also become one of the important. For starters, AWS is good. Good to start with AWS. Okay. For little advanced, like you are already experienced any infrastructure related, Azure is good. Okay. And next, private cloud. So private cloud is by organization. There is no service providers, but we use different tools from different organization to create your own private cloud. Okay. You can use the tools from tools or softwares from VMware organization. That's a vSphere, vCenter, vCloud, vRealize, vHorizontal, all these things for creating virtualization and cloud kind of stuff. Microsoft is from Microsoft also you are getting different tools or applications like a Hyper-V, SCVMM, SEAC, okay, different kind of stuff we are getting to create your own private cloud. Zen also having Zen servers, okay, Citrix is an organization, Zen servers, Zen apps, Zen desktops, like these are all Citrix uh, based tools. Citrix organization giving some tools to create your own private cloud. I used these two things. I already worked on these two things in the lab environment. We created a private cloud in the lab. OpenStack, of course, I already worked on that OpenStack. Okay. OpenStack is a simple open source application to create your own private cloud. So you required in a background of a cloud is the physical machines are required and hypervisors, virtualization environment is required, storage is environment also required, network. So all these things will be virtualized and we can able to connect with the OpenStack to your virtualization environment. Then we can make it as a private cloud. Okay. And different domains are there. This is another important. This is important. First of all, different cloud service providers also important. Next one is domains are important, guys. Compute, databases, storage, network, message, security, identity, and compliances. These are the main domains in any of the cloud service providers. Compute, like a EC2, virtual machines, auto scaling, these are all comes under compute. Databases, RDS, NoSQL services like RDS, MariaDB, Oracle DB, MySQL, Oracle SQL. Okay, these are the databases. NoSQL, DynamoDB, CosmoDB, these are NoSQL kind of stuff. Different storage services like S3, EBS, bulk or backup kind of stuff. Network, Route 53 is like your DNS. Okay. VPCs, CloudFront, Direct Connect, these are all network related services. Messaging services like a SNS, SQS. Okay. The domain is like a security identity compliance. I am for authentication, like a user access related, user permissions related one. KMS, key management, like to connect one service to another service with a key. KMS services. Okay, these are the different domains: compute, databases, storage, network, message, and security identity and compliance. And these are the examples for different services. Okay, for example, software as a service. What are the cloud service providers or what service it is? Like Salesforce is a software as a service. ServiceNow is a software as a service. Office 365 software as a service. Tomorrow we'll discuss Office 365, Outlook, and VPN tomorrow. Then we'll maximum finish. And virtualization is there. So again, that one is also will have to add it. Okay. Compulsory read all these things, guys. Okay. So any doubts, put it in a group, not in a personal message. Directly put in a group, any point, subject, doubt, please put it. So next day we'll discuss, or at least I will forward some document to you, or maybe some video related to it. Okay. Go through all the questions, material. So read it first. You have any doubt or anything information required, so I can able to provide. The only thing is you have to do your part. Okay. Microsoft 365, Dynamic 365, Google Docs. Okay. So many software as a service, Freshworks. These are all like a software as a service. Simple. You can access the application over the internet from anywhere, anytime, log in and start using it. Okay, no need to install that application in your private or your servers kind of stuff. Anywhere, anytime, you can able to access. We seen voice ticket. Voice ticket I use on premises. Same voice ticket I can use as a software as a service. Platform as a service, database services, app services, EBS, platform as service, infrastructure as services. Your AWS Azure is also providing infrastructure as a services, storage services, cloud storage. Personal cloud storages are different. Cloud storages are different. OneDrive, Google Drive, iCloud, these are all personal cloud storages. Storage services from the cloud is like AWS, Azure, all is providing different cloud services. Okay, so this is the major points in the cloud part. Okay, and what are the left part is, yeah, these are the questions. So see the question which is not a cloud computing category, not network as a service is not a computing category. Which statement is true? Okay, go through it, which is correct, which is wrong, I already mentioned here. Okay, so like this. Cloud benefit is scalability, disaster recovery, high availability. These are the benefits. Which is not benefit, geographical isolation. Cloud is geographical distribution. Cloud is geographical distribution, not isolation. This is wrong. Okay. It's not a type of cloud computing. What is that one? Private, public, hybrid. These are all cloud computing. Distributed cloud is not there. Okay, there is now distributed cloud. Private is there, public is there, hybrid is there. Okay. So what is the following statement is true? Capital expenditure and operational expenditure. Capital expenditures is responsible for purchasing. Operational expenditure for maintenance. So it is showing both responsible purchasing and maintenance. No, it is only responsible computing resource that you use. Maintenance. Okay, right. So that's it is right answer. Okay. Yeah. I given some summary, and then this is some links. I take this information from Microsoft Learning website. So, and few things I added, few things it is already there inside. Like these things I added. Guys, compulsory check it. Important points. Once again, what is the cloud? Define what is the cloud. The underlying points are there now, these two things. That is cloud. Delivery of computing services over internet. Like a server storage, databases, networking, software, analytics kind of stuff. Okay. And it is a pay as you go model. It is help to scale your business as per requirement. Pay only for what you use. Okay. Reduces capital expenditure and operational expenditure, mainly for public cloud. Okay. That is what is the cloud is important. What is cloud? Next one is cloud models, private cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud. Cloud services, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Cloud service providers. Cloud service providers, mainly public cloud service providers. Okay. Next, cloud domains. Cloud domains. Next one is just examples. Any examples for any kind of stuff. These are the major important related to the cloud. Okay. Okay, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah. So definitely we'll try it tomorrow. If you have one more day, then it will be everything will be finished. Okay. So tomorrow we'll see this virtualization, and that is one pending is there for you, and afternoon also. So I will go through this virtualization part. I have a PPT for virtualization. Okay, and notes also there. I have that is I created that notes with the help of Microsoft PPTs, okay, and some are my inputs. So virtualization, Outlook, and Office 365 and VPN. These four I will try to complete tomorrow. So be interactive, guys, please. That's the important. I am getting a message. That's it for today, guys.